Okay, so during this session, we're going to take a look at a walkthrough of the process from approval to submitting claims. Like Wendy said, you have received your notification letters. The contribution agreements are coming out to you very quickly. And we're just going to focus on the key steps. We focus on what is expected, some common challenges that we see on the program admin side of things. And the intent of the call is to provide clarity so that we all know what to expect and how to prepare for submitting claims and getting funds out to you for your projects. Okay, go to the next slide, please. Okay. Right. Again, project is approved for funding. The next thing is that your agreement will be signed. Funding cannot begin until the agreement has been fully signed by both parties, and that is by you and also by Manitoba Agriculture as well. I must say that any expenses before signing may not be reimbursed. It is important that we keep in line with the eligible dates of the contribution agreement. So after this is signed, after the contribution agreement is signed, the process will move into managing the agreements, submitting claims, and we're going to walk you through the process that is required for that as well. Okay, right. So we always advise after you have received your agreements to focus on a few key details. And these key details are areas around your budget. So your budget outlines what costs are approved, the costs that have been approved. The payment schedule is also a very important area to focus on. It lets you know how the funds will be provided to you, what documentation are required when you want to submit your claims. For example, if you have been approved for an advance, where you're expected to submit an advance report within 90 days. Yeah, and these are the things that we look at when we're reviewing claims on the program admin side of things. Another key thing to look at is the project dates. This determines which expense dates are eligible according to the fiscal year that we're looking at. And then, like previously said, when these contribution agreements come out to you, it will also include the reporting requirements, the templates that you need, such as the advanced report template, your interim claim template, or the final report template. But if you have any questions, I'm typically in copy when the contribution agreements come out to you. So you can send me an email if you need any clarifications, if you have any questions, or you could even send the email to the Manitoba Agriculture mailbox. That mailbox is monitored just in case I'm away or Wendy's away, and then you will be able to get quick answers to your questions. Okay. All right. We go to the big part, which is preparing a claim. And as the program officer that reviews this claim, I'm really counting on you because one, it saves a lot of time on both sides if we have the documentations that we need for all the claims. I know that a lot of projects are tied to certain times, certain seasons, certain period of the year. So we try to mitigate delays as much as possible from the program admin side of things. So when preparing a claim, think of it as, a clear documentation of each of the expense. So each item should include like a description, the invoice number, the amount. We would expect that the information for supporting the claim, such as the vendor names, the date on the invoice, and I see the question, Michelle. I'll come back to that in a few. The invoice dates, the date on the invoice, proof of payments, and in some cases, the general ledger. These are the things that are very, very important in preparing your claim. Again, it's just makes room for a smooth claim review, and time delay is eliminated when we do it using these processes. Okay, I'll just should we take questions afterwards or should I go to the question right now, Wendy?
If you want to answer it now, go ahead, Wumi.
Okay. Second. Yes, a scanned copy of the receipt would suffice. Yes, we'll take it. As long as it's legible, we'll take a scanned copy. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, right. So for each expense, organization plays a very big role in how smoothly the key claims are processed. For each expense, please include the invoice, the proof of payment, and if applicable, general ledgers. We often see general ledgers when we're paying things like salaries and wages, subcontracted services, and they're to be honest, they are actually easier to go through. They have specific unique numbers. They make it easy for myself and the team at finance to go through. And I must mention that the claim review, it goes through a number of different processes. So it doesn't just land at my table and stop here. It goes through a number of other processes just to ensure that the process is transparent, it is smooth, and everything is done in line with your the program guide that has been set. So yeah, if you need to submit the status of the final report and the key performance indicators, do submit this. It would ensure that everything is smooth, everything is clear, and the time on both sides is really, really kept smooth. Okay. And when your claim is submitted, we typically review across a number of key areas. We look at how they align with the project. We look at the outcome of the project. We look at the cost if it fits in line with the budget that's been set out in the contribution agreement. So just to paint a picture, when I'm reviewing a claim, I have the contribution agreement on one of my screens. I have my program guide on another of my screens. I'm looking at the invoices. So there's a number of screens that are being looked at, and that is what exactly we are looking at. So we look at the project, we look at your budget, we look at the invoices, we look at the program guide as well. We also check all the required documentation. If anything is missing or if anything is unclear, I would typically reach out to you just to let you know that, okay, we need, let's say, a missing invoice, for example, and we'll give you like a time. We understand that you have multiple vendors and you might need to go back to some of them. So we'll typically allow a time frame. And I know that sometimes you need to move expenses in between categories. That is something that we are able to look into as well. We would require like a justification for why you think you would need to move expenses. Wendy is also very much involved in that process. So it's not like something that is cast in stone. We're pretty flexible. We listen and we allow certain flexibilities. So if any questions, please do not hesitate to bring it to our attention. We'll definitely look into it. Okay, that being said, the agricultural website, the inbox, it's monitored very, very efficiently and effectively, just in case any one of us is not around. Your questions are able to get answers to. I'm away next week, for example, but my team is here and they are able to transfer questions to the next person. Yeah, that's it from my side here. And the website is also there for every upcoming intake in case you're curious or in case you want to take a look at the program guides. They are there and you can certainly look into that to ask to see any questions that may come your way.